Hi, welcome back to MobilityWOD. We're talking with James Keane, founder of Wellness Effects, and what we're talking about today is a case study of using one of course, our guinea pigs, Diane Fu, who you know and love, Shing. So, ask Diane to get tested, have her take a look at her system biology, and we want her to talk about her experience. Now, what we're talking about here is how do you measure lifestyle and nutrition, and then can you see that change not only in just a blood panel, but how does that affect performance? Can you talk about your experience?
Well, prior to my blood panel with Wellness FX, common things, 5 to 7 hours sleep, maybe on a good day. Nutrition I always thought was, pretty much in line. I eat well, I do 80% paleo most of the time. A couple things is, I was always tired. I felt like I was always cold. It'd be like...
Always cold.
Always cold.
She's cold right now, even though I'm wearing a sweater.
Always cold. And you just don't think about stuff like that on a day-to-day basis. You just think like, hey, I'm a little underslept, I have a little low energy. I drink like 3 Monster energy drinks a day, no big deal, whatever, right? That's normal. Isn't that normal for you? Like, big. Anyways, so got the blood panel done, and everything came out pretty much okay, except for my thyroid. And I think it turns out that my thyroid was a little underactive. One of my biomarkers was screaming for more active TSH. And so I met with the nutritionist, had a phone consultation with the physician, and they recommended a handful of supplements, which I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go in 100%. And I did, and 6 months later, my results were, I feel phenomenal. I mean, no more Monster energy drinks. I have a little coffee in the morning. My energy is exponential, and I walk around every day saying, Wellness FX literally saved my life.
We can't contain her.
Yes.
We have to anchor her down.
I'm so
now I want to show you something. Jim's going to walk you through, and I want to show you what this looks like so you can track this. But remember, we correlate it too. Aren't you recently PRing on your lifts too?
Oh, like a beast.
Okay, come on.
Guys, check this out. No, not double. Just a single.
Come on and talk to the...
Like a beast.
Here, wait, let me take that. Alright, so here, we're going to look over Jim's shoulder here. And we've got Diane in here. We're in the office. And talk about what you're seeing here.
Alright, so first thing I want to say, just a priori, is Diane has an excellent panel even in the first test that she took. So it wasn't like anything was drastically wrong, but even one thing out of whack, especially in thyroid, can be significant. So first thing you look at is your thyroid stimulating hormone, and Diane was way out of range. So you can see here we classified things by...
We're looking at this over here.
Yeah.
And red is bad.
Red is bad, universally bad, and green is good. So Diane went through her consult, both with her physician and then a nutritionist.
You mean sort of like a coach?
Absolutely. So wellness coach is the practitioner of the 21st century, and Diane had a really good team. They looked at what she was doing and said, all right, so everything's great, but we're going to fix your thyroid. So... you can see the results here, 2.91 green, excellent, right in the middle of the range. Couldn't ask for anything better. Now this is what's called a precursor hormone. So the really important one is how she's doing on her T3. And so you can see everything in her thyroid complex has changed significantly. So 74 red, that was bad, up to 92. Still a little bit low, but she's at least in optimal range, and now she can work towards getting here. And that's the great thing about thinking about this as a trend, is it's not only getting into green. Let's go for deep green. So let's get
deep green.
There you go. So these things, T4 is looking great, and T4 free is great as well. So I think we're in good shape here.
Right on. Okay, so look. One of the things that we come up with sometimes is this issue that this is a pretty comprehensive blood panel she had, right?
Yes.
But if I'm just the average athlete, is there something I can do that isn't like a Monster energy drink of blood panels?
Oh, absolutely. So your average physical, your annual physical, is 15 biomarkers.
That's it?
That's it. And they're mostly general things like cholesterol. You don't know what kinds of cholesterol. You may get LDL and HDL. But just our baseline panel, we've driven the cost down so much that you can get 30 biomarkers. And on top of that, normally when you get your diagnostics back, you get maybe a nurse calls you on the phone, leaves a message, says, didn't see anything, or maybe you should come in and we'll talk a little bit about it, but isn't really deep dive about, okay, how's your biology working? How can we fix this? Let's get everything in the green. So think about it. Double the biomarkers, triple the time of somebody walking you through how you work, just as a baseline level. And if you want to learn more data from there, you can go higher, you can add more biomarkers, more time.
Bam. Di, you have any other saying about this experience?
I think everyone should at least invest some money, some time, some energy into WellnessFX and get the basic blood panel. You know, information that you're going to be able to find out could blow your mind.
It's true. All right, case study 2 is coming up.